First Kings chapter 6. ويهي بثمانين شانا و400 شانا لشيت بني إسرائيل مهر مصريم بشانا الربيعيت بحدث زو هو حدث الثاني لملك شلومو على إسرائيل ويبن البيت ليهوه. And it was in the 480th year for the going out of the sons of Yisrael from the land of Mizraim, in the 4th year, in the month of Zul, it is the 2nd month, of the reigning of Shlomo over Yisrael. Also he built the house for Yahweh. وهبيت أتربانا هملك شلومو ليهوه شثيم أما أركو وعشريم رحبو. And the house which the king Shlomo built for Yahweh was 60 cubits its length, and 20 its breadth. Uthalothim hamma qomato, and 30 cubits its height. Wahaulam, and the porch, al panehe kalahabayit, over the faces of the temple of the house. Esharim hamma orko, 20 cubits its length. Al paneh rohab habayit, over the faces of the breadth of the house. Esharabah hamma rohabo, 10 cubits its breadth. Al paneh habayit, over the faces of the house. ويعشلبيت حلوني شقوفيم hatumim. And he effectuated for the house windows of shut-up frames. ويبن على قير هبيت ياثيع صابيب اتقيروت هبيت صابيب لهيكال ولدبير ويعش صلاعوت صابيب. And he built over the wall of the house a couch round about, or story round about. The walls of the house round about to the temple and to the oracle. And he effectuated side chambers round about. وياثيع هتحتونا خامش باما رحباه وهتيكونا شيث باما رحباه وحثليثيت شبع باما رحباه. And the story, the lower one, was 5 by the cubit its breadth, and the middle one 6 by the cubit its breadth, and the third 7 by the cubit its breadth. Ki migraot Nathan labait sabib hosha levility ahoz bekirot habayit, because ledgers he effectuated or gave for the house round about outside, so as it not to hold into the walls of the house. وَحَبَّيْتَ بِهِ بَانُوتُ, and the house in its being built, Eben Shlema Masa Nivna, of stone complete for the journeying, or complete at the quarrying, it was built. وَمَقَابُوتُ وَهَجَرَزَن كُلَّ كَلِي بَرَزَل لوه نشمع ببيت بهبانوتو, and hammers and axes, anything of iron, it was not heard in the house in its being built. Petah hasela hatikona, the door of the side chambers of the middle, El ketef habait hayamanit, were to the shoulder of the house, the right shoulder of the house. Ubelulim ya'alu al hatikona, and by means of staircases they went up upon the middle. ومن hatikona el hathalitha, and from the middle to the third. Wayibn et habayt, and he built the house. Wayikallehu, and he finished it. Wayisapon et habayt gevim, and he overlaid the house with beams. Ushederot barazim, and ranks by means of cedars. Wayibn et hayathi al kol habayt chamesh hamot qomato, and he built the story upon all the house, 5 cubits its height. Wayehoz et habayt ba'asherazim, and it grasped the house by means of timbers of cedar. Wayahi devar Yahweh el Shlomo le'mor, and the word of Yahweh was to Shlomo, saying, Habbayt hadeh atra atabona imetelech b'chukotai ואת משפטי תאשר, ושמרת את כל מצוותי ללכת בהם, והקימותי את דברי איתך, אשר דיברתי אל דוד אביך. This house which thou art one building, if thou walk in my statutes, and thou effectuate my judgments, and thou keep all my commands to walk in them, also I shall cause my word to stand with thee, which I have worded to David thy father. V'shachanti b'tok b'nei Yisrael, and I shall dwell in the midst of the sons of Yisrael. V'lo e'azob et ammi Yisrael, and I shall not forsake my people Yisrael. Vayiven Shlomo et habayit, vayikalehu. And Shlomo built the house, and he finished it. Vayiven et qirot habayit mibayitah, betzalaot harazim. And he built the walls of the house from the inside by means of boards of cedars. Mikarqa habayit ad qirot hasipun, zipa esh mibayit. From the floor of the house as far as the walls of the covering, he overlaid with wood from the inside. ويثب اتقرق habait بثلعوت بروشيم. And he overlaid the floor of the house by beams of pines or firs. ويبن את عشرين هما مياركت habait. And he built 20 cubits from the recesses of the house, b'thaloot harazim, by means of boards of cedars, min hakarqa ad hakirot, from the floor as far as the walls. Vayivn lo mibayt lidabir lekodesh hakodashim. And he built for it from the inside for the oracle, for the holiness of the holinesses. Warabaim bahama haya habayit. And 40 by the cubit the house was, hu hahekal lipanai. It is the temple before. Whereas el habayit penimah, and cedar for the house within. Miqlaat peqaim upeture tithim, from a carving of the knops and opened things of flowers. Hakol erz in even nirah, the whole was cedar, there was not a stone being seen. Udavir betoch habayit mipenim hechin, and an oracle in the midst of the house, from within he established. Letitenetham et Haron berit Yahweh, to give there the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. ולפני הדביר 20 המה אורך ו20 המה רוחב ו20 המה קומתו ויצפהו זהב סגור. And before the oracle 20 cubits its length, and 20 cubit breadth, and 20 cubit its height. And he overlaid it with pure gold. And he covered the altar with cedar. Shlomo et habayit mipenim dhahab sagur. And Shlomo overlaid the house from within with precious gold, shut up gold. ויעבר ברתוקות זהב לפני הדביר, ויצפהו זהב. And he caused to cross by means of chains of gold before the oracle, and he overlaid it with gold. وَتَكُلَّ حَبَّيْتْ ذَهَب, and all the house he overlaid with gold. عَدْ تُمْ كُلَّ حَبَّيْتْ, until all the house was finished. وَكُلَّ مِذْبَحٍ عَطْرَ الْأَدْبِيرِ ذَهَب, and the whole altar which was for the oracle he overlaid with gold. وَيَعْشَ بَدْبِيرِ ثَنَي كَرُوبِيم عَشَّ shaman, and he effectuated in the oracle 2 cherubim of woods of olive. عشر hamot قوماته, 10 cubits its height. وخامش هموت كنف هكروب هاي حاد وخامش هموت كنف هكروب هثنيت, and 5 cubits the wing of the first kerub, and 5 cubits the wing of the second kerub. عشر هموت مقصوت كنافيو وعد قصوت كنافيو, 10 cubits from the ends of its wings, and as far as the ends of its wings. وعشر باهما هكروب هثني, and 10 by the cubit the second kerub. مدة أحد وقسب أحد لثني هكروبيم, 1 measure and 1 shape for the 2 of the cherubim. قومة هكروب هاي حاد عشر باهما وكان هكروب هثني, the height of the 1 cherub 10 by the cubit, and thus the second cherub. ويتن את הכרובים בתוך הבית הפנימי, and he gave the cherubim in the midst of the house on the inside, the inner house. ויפרשו את כנפי הכרובים, and they spread the wings of the cherubim. وتجع كنفها حاد بقير وكنف الكروب الثاني نوجعت بقير الثاني, and the wing of the one touched into the wall, and the wing of the second cherub was touching into the second wall. وكنفهم إلى توك حبيت نوغوت كاناف إلى كاناف, and their wings to the midst of the house were ones touching wing to wing. ويصف את הכרובים ذهب, and he overlaid the cherubim with gold. ואת כל קירות הבית מסב قلع פיתוחי מקלעות כרובים ותימורות ופטורי סיסים, and all the walls of the house round about he carved engravings of carvings of cherubim and palm trees, and openings of flowers. Milipanim Wallahithorn, from before and to without. وَيَتَقَرَّقَ أَحَبَّيْتَ ذِبَّادَهَابَ لِبْنِيمَهُ وَلَحِيثُونَ, and the floor of the house he overlaid with gold, from within and for the outside. وَهَتَبَتَ حَدَّبِيرَ, and the door of the oracle, Asha Dalatot Ashe Shaman, he effectuated doors of timbers of olive. Ha'il mezuzot chamishim, the pillar doorposts a fifth. Uthate dalatot asher shemen, and two doors timbers of olive. وقال عليهم مقلعوت كروبيم وتيموروت وبتوريت السيم وسبادahab, and he carved upon them carvings of kerubim and palm trees and openings of flowers, and he overlaid with gold. ويعرض على الكروبيم وعلى التيموريم الذهب, and he caused the gold to go down upon the kerubim and upon the palm trees. וכן עשה לפתח ההיכל מזוזות אשר שמן Mehet, and thus he effectuated for the door of the temple doorposts of timbers of olive from a fourth. Uthate dalatot asher beroshim, and two doors of timbers of pine or fir. Thnethalaim hadelet ha Galilim, two beams or sides of the door, the one door, turning or folding. Uthne qalaim hadelet hathenit Galilim, and two beams of the second door, folding. وقال كروبيم وتيموروت وبتوريس السيم, and he carved kerubim and palm trees and openings of flowers with zipadahab miyushar alaham hukka, and he overlaid with gold, made straight upon the carving, the thing carved. Wayiven et hehaser happenimit, and he built the inner court, the lothat uregazit, 3 rows of hewn stone, with ur kurutot harazim, and a row of beams of cedars. Bashana harabi'it yusad bet Yahweh b'yerach. In the 4th year, the house of Yahweh was founded, in the month of Zil. وبشرنا أحد عشر بيرخ بول هو حدث حثميني كالا حبيت لكل دواري ולכל משפטיו, ויבנהו 7 שנים. And in the 11th year, in the month of Bul, it is the 8th month, the house was finished, for all its things, and for all its judgments, and he built it 7 years.